Hi Aquarius, welcome to your weekly scopes. Please keep in mind this is only a general reading. Take what it feels right and with what resonates with your own life experiences at the moment. So Aquarius, this could be an interesting week regarding your sense of self-worth, regarding your sense of understanding many patterns you still hold inside of yourself from childhood, from deeply rooted aspects that may have uh, grown in you with this mindset of having a fear, having fear of recognition, having fear of being shown as someone really proudful, really thoughtful of yourself. And this can really come from identity issues. This really can be a source of understanding that you have to build a healthy ego in order to have that mindset um, constructed in a way that will acquire mental clarity to the situations you are living. What I mean is you may be too over focused on the past in your childhood ways of understanding of defensive mechanisms you created in order to feel safe and feel secure and feel connected in some sense with life. And now you have an opportunity to understand many things from the past and understand what you still want to have within you from it, and what you want to release, and what you want to let go. But your mind may be confusing you, and your mind may be dragging you into that feeling of nostalgia, of just dragging you to a sense of feeling that things will never be as they are, instead of you understanding that you can change and you can shift any kind of perceptions you have from your childhood when you are deeply within your present, in the present moment, and when you acquire a mental accuracy and a mental awareness of the truth that experience holds to you. So as a main opportunity, you have the Six of Cups. And usually this is a card that really connects us with our inner child, with that child that wants to come out and experience life with the innocence, with the bliss, with the creative expression that we should always carry within us, in a sense of being really awakened into the maturing stages of our lives. But many times what happens is that self-expression of the child is repressed, is denied, is rejected, and as we grow up, we have a really hard time connecting with it and understanding our gifts, our potentials, and our talents, because that child creative expression and identity was in some sense denied. So you have an opportunity to understand the root cause of it and to understand why maybe you have a hard time expressing out your true self, why you have a hard time expressing out that love, that gift, that talent, and being proud of it, and showing a sense of you recognizing your own talents, you recognizing your own value. So a main opportunity is coming towards that sense of coming back to the past in order to be more present into the present moment. And that can be a weird idea, of course, and that can cause a lot of duality and division between what you understand is the right choice to make right now, either to forget the past and just focus on the present, or just continuously being in the past and neglect the present moment. Well, it's neither, because the past holds a position where we can really, it's because past experiences that we can, in the present moment, really understand many things that happens within our life experiences. It's from childhood, either perceived as negative or positive, that we have that sense of root, belonging, and connection. And everything begins there in our child and that child development. So you have an opportunity to go back to that child development, either through a memory, either through someone from the past coming back and showing you something that is a real lesson about yourself more than towards the other person. It's about you remembering something you used to love to do in the past, that maybe you have forgotten, that maybe you haven't understand. It's in the form of other child having a prominence to you this week, especially, and showing you something. So there's many teachings coming to you in that sense of wanting you to remember something, wanting you to be aware of something from the past that you can work on in the present without feeling trapped in it. So there's a lot of balance here. There's a lot of smooth dance that needs to be taken place in order for this to work, in order for you to beat the challenge, which is the Ace of Swords reversed. Because that situation from the past, that memory, that person, that circumstance can create a sense and a lack of clarity in what that situation represents, in what that situation really means to you and to your experiences at the moment. So the challenge is for you to understand things better, to have this mental focus in what's going on, even if it touches your heart, and to use both of them, both the mind and the heart together, not separately. So it's really about understanding better what's going on. So anything that happens to you this week, don't precipitate yourself into the first impression, because the first impression you might understand in the long run it wasn't the right one, because you were too quickly or over emotionally attached to the situation, that you lack the judgment to see it fully and wholly. So this card, the Ace of Swords, upright, is about having that mental sharpness and having this new stage of working with your mind in a much more electric and beneficial way. So reversing this card is about following the advice, which is the Six of Wands, and you have 2 6 cards. So really strong number for you. It is about you recognizing your own power and your own self-confidence and your own self-worth, and being proud, really focusing on working on that beauty that you need to shine out, that you need to express, that you need to uh, really work on in order to feel much more validated inwardly, that you need to really put the grasp on, so you can understand better your power and your identity as well. So there's a focus on your identity this week, on something you were not fully understanding about yourself, on something you were not really being able to discriminate. It can come to you this week in some sort of awareness from a past situation. And the advice is, again, to feel empowered by your own doings, to feel empowered by your own ability to overcome conflicts, tensions, pity, egoistic situations, because you now understand what truly the ego is and why the ego is there to work on us, which is to build a healthy sense of self-esteem and self-worth, because without the ego, we wouldn't understand truly our identity and how to express it in a much more sun spread way. So really acknowledge your merits, acknowledge your doings, celebrate your own successes as because what I feel is you can really be being undervaluing you, underestimating your own doings and your own acquirements and your own success. You have an opportunity to successfully bring your identity together in an outer expression, and that can come in many forms. That can come in a creative doing, that can come in a talent, in a love relationship, in a work that acquires much of your mental states to be in the right place. So really understand the power of yourself this week. Really understand that any situation that comes from a sense of uh, past, past, past situation, past memories, past longings, past vibes. Pay attention to it and discriminate it in a way that you can understand the meaning of that experience. So Aquarius, I wish you a great week. Thank you for listening, liking, and subscribing. It really means a lot to me. And hopefully we'll see each other next week.